Hello viewer, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so that you can receive all the updates from my channel. Let's move straight to the video. So today we are going to talk about the Microsoft tips. This is going to cater for beginners and those who know it already, because I'm going to give you some tips, new tips of using Microsoft Word. So first of all, this is what we are going to talk about in the lesson 1. I'm going to make another video of lesson 2. The zoom layout, the font styling and sorting, capitalized text and lowercase, all of these I'm going to talk about them. So first of all, for the beginners, if you don't know how to start up, since you have Microsoft in your computer, you just have to place on the desktop here. Maybe I want to first create a folder, then in that folder is where I'm going to create the Microsoft Word document. So first of all, you right click on any space on the desktop. You right click, you go to new, then you go to folder. Then if that folder is opened, you come and right click on that folder. You rename that folder. Maybe I give it a name of micro. After that, you press enter. You double click to open it. Then after you open that folder, you right click. Then you right click inside the folder. Then you go to new. Then you go to Microsoft Word. Then it will be opened. Then place aside. Then you right click that document, right click it, then you go to rename and you give it a name you want, maybe bank. Then you press enter, then you double click to open that document. So this is how it will look. So we are going to first talk about the zoom layout. So for the zoom layout, maybe I want to zoom this layout here. You just have to come here, down here, then you press this minus sign, then you'll be able to view it. But if you want to zoom out, just have to press here for you to be able to write. So we are going to start with the font styling. For instance, if I have this text here and I'm asked to the font styling and sorting of the data. So if I want to make the font style, I have to go to the home page. Font styling is changing the font size, the font style, to underline, to make italics, bold. Anything here is found under home. You just have to first highlight what you want to change. Maybe I want to change this text. Then I go to the font styles. Then I look for the font style I want. Let me use this font style here, this one. If you want to select all of it, you just have to highlight it all, your text. Highlighting it all, the shortcut to highlight it all, you press Ctrl plus A. Ctrl A, then you change it to what you want. You can change even the size. The size, you change the size from here. So that's our text. Changing the font size, the font, and changing the font size. Another thing here we are going to talk about, we are going to sort the data. So sorting the data works when you have a list. Maybe I have a list of words. So if I want to sort these 3, I just have to highlight them, then go to under here on this and you sort. Then it will ask you sort by paragraph. You just have to select sort by, then by text, then you select descending order or ascending. I want ascending order. I think it will change them to ascending order. Another thing we are going to talk about here, we are going to talk about capitalizing a word. Maybe if you have finished typing the text here and you want to capitalize any word, just have to come, you highlight. Any edit you're making, you first highlight. You come, you highlight where you want to change. Maybe I want these to be in capital letters, uppercase. Just have to select them, Then you go here, you select uppercase. If you want lowercase, you select, maybe I want to capitalize each word. Capitalizing is making each word start with a capital letter. Are you seeing? If I want to underline, I have to first select, first highlight, then you come to this button here, then you select which kind of underlining you want. Are you seeing? You press on this icon here. I want double underline. And any double underline, dotted underline, the names will come when you press on them. Another thing here, I may want italics. You just have to select, you have to highlight, then you select, maybe I want italics. Are you seeing the italics? That's the italics. Let me zoom in a little bit. That's the italics as you're seeing the text here. You have changed to italics. If I want to the strike through, just have to select, then you go to strike through, if at all you have been told to do that. If I want a subscript or a superscript, I first select the word where I want that subscript to go. Maybe I want 2 here. Maybe click 2 in a power form. I just have to press there, then go to superscript. Then after pressing superscript, I write what I want to be in the power. Are you seeing it? It has changed here. Are you seeing 2 in the power? Another thing here is the subscript. If I want to maybe 3 under here, I will just have to press there. I go to subscript, then I press 3. I want a subscript here, I press 3. Another thing here, maybe I may want to change the color of the text. You first highlight, then you go to this icon here, then you change the color. I want red. I might want even to change the background of this text here. You select that text, then you move here, you give it a color. Are you seeing? That's it. Now next thing is the underlining the words. You just have to highlight what you want to underline, then you underline them. Another thing is changing the what? Styles of text. Are you seeing those stylings here? These are the stylings by default. If you want to change them, if at all I want this one, you just come there and you change. So we are going to learn about the Format Painter. Many of you don't know how to use the Format Painter. So Formatting Painter helps you to change. Maybe you have content, but it has a styling and you want to change the other text using the styling, the same styling. Maybe I want this styling I used here, the colors, the background, and I want it on another text here. You just have to select this. I first select this, then after selecting it, I press Format Painter. Then after pressing Format Painter, the cursor will change. Are you seeing the cursor? The cursor has already changed. Then I select what I want to do, to change, to make the same formatting. Are you seeing? It has changed. Whenever I want to do another one, I just have to come and press, select what I want the styling to resemble. I select it. I go to Format Painter. Then I come. The cursor changes. I select the text I want to change. Are you seeing? That's how the Format Painter works. So they may tell me also to give the bullets on each text that works on lists. Maybe I have this one. I want to insert bullets on this list here. I have to first highlight, then move here on this icon. I may want the unlisted, maybe the numbered list, or the unlisted. If I want the unnumbered, I move here. If I want the numbered ones, they are here. Are you seeing? The text down here is changing. Are you seeing? If I want this one, I have to just select there. Another thing is alignment. Maybe you want your text to start from this side. Maybe you want it in the middle. Maybe you want it at the right alignment. So the icons that work on alignment are here. These icons here. Are you seeing? This one is the align left. This one is the centered alignment. This one is the right alignment. And this one is the justify alignment. So you just have to select your text, the text you want to change. Maybe I want these ones at the what? At the right. I just have to select them, then you press here. They will change. If I want them in the middle, the center, I just have to first highlight them, then come and press that icon and they will in the center. If I want them at the left, I just have to highlight them and come and press that one. Even on the paragraphs here, the same thing. I may want it in the middle, I may want it in the center. I just have to come and press this one. I may want it at the right, just have to come and press that one. I may want to justify it. I just have to come and highlight and press that one. Left, this one. Center, right, justify. Another thing we are going to talk about here is line spacing of our document. You just have to highlight what you want to change. I want to change the alignment here. There to be spaces after each sentence. Just have to come and highlight. Then you move and press this icon here. After that, you will come here, underline spacing here. Then you will go and select which alignment do you want. I may want double alignment, 1.5 line. Let me take 1.5. Then press OK. After selecting it, then it will change the alignment. We are going to learn about even find and replace. So we can look for some words here, the words you want to change. Maybe I may want to change the whole document where there is a word on, and I want to change this word on to in. So to do that, to change all of the words here, which are maybe I made a mistake in a word, and I want to change that word in the whole document, to change it to another word. I just have to come to replace, then find. You write the word you want to replace on, and which word do you want to replace on with. I want to replace it with in. You just have to replace all, and all the words will be changed. Okay, then you close. Are you seeing? All of the words with in have changed to on. Are you seeing? In, they have changed all of them. That's how to use it. So another thing here, we are going to learn about inserting the drop cap. For instance, if I want to change this letter here to a drop cap, this one, you just have to select that letter, then you go under insert, then you go to insert, then you move to drop cap here. You press this sign here. After placing it and you go to drop cap options. Then here you will select I want it dropped, and you select the lines where you want it to be dropped. I want it on 4 lines, this one, and that, this one. So I change it to 4 here. After that, I press OK. Are you seeing? It will be changed. So another thing we are going to learn about to insert an image and removing the background. So inserting the image, you just have to place where you want that image to go. Maybe I want it here. Go to insert, then you move to pictures. Then you look for the image you want to insert there. My image is at the desktop. You look for the location. Then you place that image. Then you say OK. And the image will be inserted. So after the image inserted, this format menu will come. After that, here's where you're going to change the image, all the effects, the cropping, everything. So first of all, I might want to remove this background from this image. Just have to press here. You move to format. After placing that image, you go to format, then you go to remove background. It may do it by default automatically. So if you want to, you adjust using this one where you want to change that background. You adjust. I want all of it. After it has selected, you press OK. So if there are mistakes, you just have to, I think, mark areas to keep. Areas to keep is this one. Areas to remove is this color here. Are you seeing? So after that, you press OK. Keep changes. Then the background will be removed. Are you seeing? So if I want to rotate this image, you just have to press this icon here. Then you move it, you hold and move the image to where you want to rotate it to. Are you seeing? So I might want even to crop the image or to change the colors, the collection, anything. So to adjust the colors, you just have to press the image, then you move here under format. After placing that image, you go under format, then you move to colors, then you select any color. Are you seeing? You just have to select here which color you want. I might want this one. After pressing the color, the image will change. Are you seeing? Any collection you want here. If I want to change the styling, I just have to move here. I might want this styling here. Are you seeing different stylings here? Any styling you want, that is the styling I want on that image. I might want to crop that image. You just have to press that image, then you go under format, then you move to crop here. After pressing crop, are you seeing this? These adjustments will come and you press where you want to remove. You just have to adjust what you want to stay with. You adjust accordingly. You hold it and you move to where you want to stop. After that, you place again crop here. Then the image will be cropped. If at all I want to position that image, maybe behind the text, maybe I want it in the text, I just have to select that image and I go to wrap text. Or alternatively, you can right click here, then you move to wrap text, then you select which kind of wrapping do you want, behind text, in front of text, anything. So I want this behind text. Then this image, after pressing behind text, this image can move anywhere behind text. Are you seeing? It can move anywhere. Are you seeing? It can be there behind text. Another thing about the image, I might want to give it a border. all of them are here. I might want to rotate that image, anything. So let's move to the table. Inserting a table. If I want to insert a table, just have to press where I want that table to be. Then I go under insert. Then I go to table, add the table. Then I say insert table. If at all you're sure which rows and columns you want to insert, then you press insert what? Table. Then you select which columns do you want and which rows. So let me stay with this and press OK. Are you seeing? After the table is here, then you can start inserting your data. Whenever you want to maybe another row, all column. So if I want to insert another row, I just have to come here, outside here. Are you seeing? You press there and you press enter on your keyboard. It will create another row. Even if I want another one, I just press here after the table, down here in the corner. Then you press OK. You press enter. You press there, you press enter. Are you seeing? So if I want to insert another column, maybe this side, just have to press this inside here. Then I right click. Then I go to insert. Then I press column on the left, all column on the right. Let me insert the data in the table and we see other things about the table. So for the table, the stylings, whenever you're styling the table, maybe you have finished. Whenever you want to style the table again, you just have to press this button here, this one. After you press it, it will open layout here. Then layout is where you will give text direction, anything, everything. If I want to maybe text that I'm putting here to move to the right, all to be vertical, all horizontal, anything, you just have to press there. You go to layout, then you go to text direction. Are you seeing? Those are the different text directions. Let me highlight this and give it directions. Are you seeing? Those are the different directions of text. The sorting, maybe I have a list of names here and I want to sort it. Let me first enter the data here. So after having this table here, I've tried to enter all of the data here. This one, I have used the numbering. You can use anything you want, but I've used numbering. If I want to enter another column here, just have to press here and I right click and I insert a column at the right. Are you seeing? It will create another column. And if I want another row here, I just have to press there and I press enter. Are you seeing? Enter on my keyboard. If not that, you can press here and you insert a row below. You right click there and you go to insert and you go to insert row below. Are you seeing? It will insert a row below. Now the calculation is in the table. Maybe I want to calculate the totals of this plus this one. Just have to press where I want that equation to go. Then after that, I move to layout. Then after going to layout, I go to formula. Then it will tell you which formula do you want. Equals sum to the left. Equals sum left. You just have to enter this. You give it the direction. Here's where you put the function. Here, the average, the count, the product. Let us try the product. So you just enter that formula here. So you press equals. We want the product of this one and this. Equals. Then you select the function here. I want the product because product is multiplication. Then inside the brackets, you open up brackets. You place the direction you want. I want the direction of this. This direction is left, is at the left of this box. So I press left. So after that, I can select even the number format. Are you seeing? The number formats are here. I might want percentages, I might want currency. So I press OK. Then it will give you the product of this and this. It has multiplied this and that. So here, if I want the total of this and this one, just have to come there, I go to layout, then I go to formula. This time I want the sum of this one and this one. I will insert that method as I did on the other one. You have to change it. It is from the left. Are you seeing? It has added up this and this. So here, if I want the average of these two, it will add up the average. This and this divided by 2. That's the average. So just have to go there, you go to layout, you go to formula, you select the average as the paste function, average. Are you seeing? You press equals average. Then under the brackets, no space, just have to write that one, then you press OK. I want the average. It has added up these two and it has multiplied. You can try on your calculator and see if it's correct. So if I want the totals of here, let me first change this formula. I change it to, so if I want the total of this and this and that one, I want the total here. I just have to go there, I go to layout, I go to formula, then sum equals sum, then under the brackets I put above. No space in the formula. Then you press OK. It will give me the total of this, this and this. So that's it with the tables. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so that you can receive all the updates from this channel. If you have any challenge about the topic I've been talking about, let me know in the comment section. Scroll down and comment about the topic. If you have received any challenge, I can help. I will have to reply to your comment. Thank you.